Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to our first Existence SMP Podcast.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hello there.
So, who's with us today? We've got myself, McPeachPies, Isogravity, K-Saws, and Water Gem, commonly known as Noah. So the podcast, we've been planning this for a while now, haven't we? Probably since before
Season 2 development started.
it was kind of just something that we had the idea. We wanted to do more, I guess, reach out into more medias with Existence. So like with the addition of the Existence YouTube channel and stuff, it was kind of a way, I guess, to expand Existence beyond what it was initially with Season 1. So doing the podcast kind of just seemed like a next step kind of thing to do. You see a lot of SMPs actually doing podcasts.
Do you?
I'm trying to think what it was called. I think it was Afterlife SMP. They did a podcast. I never watched them, but I saw that they had it on their channel. I think that SMP's down to about 4 members now, though, which is a little bit concerning. Let's hopefully not go that way. Hopefully we're going up from here. I hope this doesn't be down.
Yeah, that's hopefully.
So we're trying to, I guess, make a way for us to kind of reach out and something for us to also, give Existence something more than just Minecraft videos. I think down the long term we do want to do more stuff as well. So essentially,
yeah, definitely.
Podcasts are going to be, I think, at the moment, once a month. I think that was our kind of goal.
Yeah, just so it doesn't interfere with video making, but we can still do it somewhat consistent basis.
And then it kind of gives us some time to also reflect on what we're going to be talking about in different topics and all that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so this is probably going to be... It's going to be an interesting first episode because things are going to evolve over time and be a bit more... I guess, developed as we get on.
Yeah, we have to kind of learn what we're doing.
It's hard to plan ahead something like this, I think. When really it's just a matter of kind of talking and having a good old podcast, good old chatty chat.
That's lovely. We love chat. It's nice talking to other people instead of talking to ourselves.
I mean, that's essentially what Let's Plays are, isn't it? You just gotta talk to yourself, but pretend you're talking to other people.
And in the end product, you are talking to other people. It's just a little bit lonely at the time.
That's what I always find. It's like, well, you're talking to other people, but nobody's actually there. Like, I always love it whenever I say, oh, tell me what you guys think. And it's like, well, those people you are asking to tell you what you think could be listening to you say that a good, week later.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very true. Especially when you pre-record stuff.
I would just hate to be, watching myself... like you see in movies where people go back in time and watch themselves doing something. I'd hate to, do that and watch myself record. I'd be like, what is... Because it's weird record. I get quite immersed when I'm recording. I become McPeachPies, if you think about it that way.
Oh, I am solely Isobabe.
Well, when people walk in my room when I'm recording, it gets really awkward. Like, why are you so energetically talking into your microphone? This is not normal. And I'm like...
Yeah, okay. See, I can't record when there's other people around. I just can't do it. That's why, if you remember, my room flooded. If you've seen my rainy days video on my other channel. Essentially, we had extremely heavy downpours and water. Essentially, so I live kind of in a sleep out, which is attached to our garage. And the water got trapped around the back where it's all kind of built up in dirt and concrete and all sorts. And it filled up and essentially seeped underneath the walls and flooded my room. So I had to move back into the house with the rest of my family, it makes it so hard. I can't get over recording when other people are around. I don't know what it's like for you guys, but it's just something I don't like to do.
So you live separately from the rest of your family?
More or
But,
less. My bedroom is, yeah.
Yeah, whenever I'm recording or streaming, I always wait to hear the footsteps walking up the stairs, so I know they won't have a chance of hearing me when I'm recording.
I don't mind it. Like, it's something that just never bothers me.
And then my mom had people over, and they heard me yelling at PUBG or something, and they were just like, "Oh yeah, that's just Kyle playing on his computer," and I was a little bit embarrassed.
And I think for those of you, oh my gosh. Okay, Kyle just sent an amazing set of emojis. Made entirely up of my face. When, for the Callan, my brother, who also used to be in Existence Season 1, I think that was a problem he had quite a lot with recording, is because he is upstairs. Upstairs as part of the house. So he was always around other people. So when I had to move back up, I was essentially right next to his room, which is where he did all of his recording, and it's annoying. I don't know why. I just can't. When I know other people are around, I just can't record. I mean, the only person the only person I can kind of is Callan, but even then, I still just can't. It's just annoying. I just can't get over it.
Yeah, my sister was repainting her room, and so she stayed in the spare room, which is beside mine. I couldn't record for like that whole 3 days. It was just like awkwardly, too awkward to record.
But coming back to the point of talking in like the first person, but in a context of which you're talking to other people, even though you're the only one there. It's just it's a weird concept. Like, when I'm recording, or even when I'm playing Minecraft, I get so immersed in it, I kind of forget. Oh, we lost Noah. Noah's back.
Hello.
Oh, I was wondering where you were.
Yeah, my microphone was half unplugged.
Well, welcome back, Noah.
Okay,
would you like to say hello?
Hello, nice voice crack. Hello, I am Noah. I haven't spoke. Yes. I have a story about family and recording when you guys are done.
Well, we were just saying, I was just saying, when I'm recording, I become very immersed in the game in Minecraft and, don't really, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. It's that idea of being, in the game while also being in real life. As cliche and cheesy as that sounds. But it's a weird concept to think that when people are watching your videos, they are listening to, I'm trying to think how I can word this without it being too weird. They're listening to your Minecraft character, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they're listening. It's not like Patrick they're listening to McPeach Pies.
And I think that's where people with face cams kind of separate that immersion. Yeah,
I mean, it's great for high action games where you want to capture the reaction, but for Let's Plays, I don't particularly.
It is. It's a big difference. I don't know. I'm sure how long I've been doing YouTube for give or take 3 years, primarily 2 years, but with a bit of a break at some points. And it's just something that I guess comes naturally to me now. I'm not at that point where I'm second guessing everything I'm doing. It's kind of it's a natural flow. Like doing the Let's Plays.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah. Okay, so most Let's Plays I see nowadays, they're very run-of-the-mill. There's no real uniqueness to Let's Plays nowadays. It's pretty much all record a video with you talking, and that's it. And that's
hard to stand out.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to stand out.
Oversaturated.
And especially the Minecraft community.
Yeah. That's why my series, I'm attempting to at least stand out a bit more, doing something a little bit, yeah, I know I don't upload a lot, but, at least it stands out a decent amount.
And when your first episode, I mean, I don't like saying this because I don't like being nice to you, But that first episode, I think I left a comment on there, and I said, what did I say?
You should be really proud of this.
This is proud woo.
This is proud woo. Something along the lines of, this is really good, you should be really proud. And I just got cramp in my toe.
Yeah, the nicer you are to me,
the more pain I suffer.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and it was because it was a new format, like you said. There's that typical kind of Let's Play format, which I think I would kind of consider my videos to be. It's very kind of start, finish, and initially I did have that intention of pushing away from that and being a little bit more immersed, and I'm not good at roleplay, so that didn't work out very well.
See, even when it's hot in the desert, it gets a little hard to see.
No, I hate that. See, when I record... Okay, so what episode was that? I can't remember. It was
episode 4.
Episode 4.
When it gets hot in the desert, it gets hard to see.
So essentially what I was doing is I was playing around with shader packs, and I had this one, and you could make things like in the distance blurry. I think it was depth of field it was called. And so in the episode before that, I think it was episode... in the rain, I made it foggy, like I reduced the render distance, and I said something along the lines, and I was quite a bit more subtle in that episode in the way that I said, the fog's lifted now and such. And then the episode 4 came along, and I tried to push myself too far. I tried to do it's out of my comfort zone, as well as being something new, and that was increasing that immersion more. And as Noah said, when it's hot in the desert, you can't see very far, which didn't work. And when I said that, I was like, this is worded so badly, and it's so cheesy and tacky. And then I watched it back, and it was just,
it made me laugh. That's all that matters.
And it was after that I was like, I can't keep this up because it's not my style. Whereas my style is that playing Minecraft, and when I first started my channel, that was my intent, was to play Minecraft and share it with people. And I'd like to keep it that way, I think. And that's why I kind of pushed away from that whole more immersion, not necessarily role play. Well, I guess it is a bit of role play, but a bit of immersion too.
Yeah, totally. The reason I started my channel was totally to share Minecraft. I felt like, when I played Minecraft before I started my channel, I'm like, I did all these cool things, but what was the point of it? And then I felt it was more fun to do all these things and share it while I do it, share my experiences.
Yeah. And it's tricky to, I guess, find that balance between just playing and also sharing it.
It's very hard.
And that's what I found a little while ago. You have to sometimes take a break from capturing it and actually just play the game for a bit. Because if you capture everything, then everything becomes about that, or that episode or that video or whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah, and it becomes to a point where you don't want to play because the only time you ever play is when you're recording, and you don't feel like recording. You can't just play to relax.
Yeah, exactly right. So it's you just got to kind of step back sometimes and remember that it is a game. Because I think that's where it's tricky, and it does depend. And coming back to what Noah said about the saturation and the, I guess, typical Let's Play.
Yeah.
If you can find a style and make something new and make something different, kind of like Noah's first episode. And again, I haven't seen your second one yet.
I recommend you don't watch that one. It's not as good as the first.
Well, and it's good you say that, because then that implies that you know what's wrong with it.
Oh yeah, I know what's wrong with it. The issue is it's very rushed. See, I didn't upload for 6 weeks. Before that, yeah, it's really bad. And the thing is, I ended up getting really rushed at the end because I had it done at the end and it wasn't good enough. So eventually I was just kind of, you know what, I'm just going to finish this, polish it up, and finally release it because I'm sick of making this better. So I'm just going to edit it one last time, do one final cut, and hope it's good. And that's why it's not as good as my first episode. I ended up just dropped my quality, I guess, for time constraints.
Yeah, and
it's hard to find a balance between time and quality.
Yeah.
It is. It's tricky to get that balance between making the content and playing the game. And especially for someone like Noel, when you're trying to do something different, that takes a lot more time. Like for me, it's just a matter of finding actually time to play Minecraft as well as actually capturing it. Whereas Noah's actually got to play it and do all that editing stuff and all that kind of tweaking and somewhat role-playing, I guess, or voiceovers and...
It's actually, none of it's actually voiceovers.
Oh, right. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since your first episode, and like I said, I haven't seen the second one.
All of it's live action.
But yeah, it's tricky to keep up that. Like, for example, with my a lot more scripted videos, like the command block module ones that I make, to like script it all out, voice it all over, cut all the different clips up, and like get each, because when I don't record just the whole straight script, I do it in different parts, and then to take that and then record the footage to fit in with that, it's very time consuming.
It's a lot of work.
It is, and for like a 3-minute video, you wouldn't think it, but it, like the first two I think I did, which was my one player sleeping and was it the AFK detector? Oh no, the more Ender Dragon drops. For those two command block modules, I managed to get them out, I think, a week apart. But that severely took away time from anything else. Like, I didn't have much time other than those projects.
Yeah, I believe it. Scripted videos that aren't just like Let's Play videos are a lot of work to make.
Absolutely. Whereas a Let's Play, like, without a doubt, it takes a lot of time. But the reason they take so long sometimes, especially if, for like me, for example, who works 5 days a week, 40-hour weeks, to find not only time to play and motivation to play, but also energy, because playing doesn't take much energy because you can just be as tired as hell and play Minecraft, but actually having enough energy to, I guess, would it be narrating? Or commentating, I guess it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like actually like describing what you're doing, that takes a lot of energy.
It does, and to act in a enthusiastic manner, like I was talking to Eli the Wolf, another Existence member. I was talking to him the other day about how hard it is for me sometimes to avoid rambling. And I managed to kind of cut back on that quite a bit in the first few episodes. But as I got more pushed for time and a lot more, I guess, tired from work in that sense, because I was pushed for time, so I had to record when I didn't feel comfortable, I ended up rambling quite a lot. Whereas if I'm a lot more motivated, I find I can focus a lot more and actually cut things back a lot.
That is definitely very true for me as well. I find lots of times I record a clip and it's like, I look back and it's like a 7-minute clip just because I didn't really know what I was doing. I just wanted to get an episode out, so I was rambling, as opposed to when I'm motivated and I have a project in mind, it's much more organized and clean and concise.
Yeah, what I do frequently is I have a goal in mind. I set myself a goal for the week and that's it, done. And I only ever record when I want to, and I feel I can.
And the reason, like, initially with season 1, I was doing weekly episodes, and that was working for a while, but that was when I had 4 days a week, 32 hours a week. I had that day off in the middle where the Tuesday was primarily when I worked on Existence, and I was hardly coping with that. I mean, I was coping better than doing 5 days a week work, which is a full-time job, but even then, like, it gave me that extra day to actually work on, and I would be the only one home as well, so it made it even easier. I didn't have to worry about anyone else. But even then, like, so once I got pushed up to an extra day a week working, that's when I kind of decided, oh, well, I'm going to have to make more time now because, like you said, I only wanted to record when I felt I was capable.
Yeah, you don't want to get home and record all evening.
No,
Just
especially
you'll lose
after
motivation way too quickly.
working 8 hours a day.
Yeah,
So
you'll be
like,
exhausted along with that.
but now my main problem is because I've got that extra time, I still don't have enough time because I'm finding I'm getting like, because I'm not sure how to explain this because I'm trying to figure out myself exactly what's happening here. Even though I still have 2 weeks between episodes, I'm still finding myself having to rush things. And I think it's probably because it must be my subconscious telling me, you know, oh, you've got more time to work on this now. You can do other things, like real life stuff.
Yeah.
And it's been tricky. The time I kind of decided, oh, well, I'm going to start doing bi-weekly episodes now is also when a lot of stuff kind of interfered real life, primarily my room flooding. Things are unpredictable and it's hard to, I guess, assume that you're going to have enough time.
Yeah, and like deadlines for making videos are tricky because it seems like no matter when you make yourself a deadline, you're always rushing it and you're always have that last thing you have to do, at least for me anyways, right before it releases.
I think it's just a matter of, and have I started this episode? I have, of course I have. Even like now, it's been 2 weeks since, because let's think, I recorded the Dragonfight, that was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And uploaded that last week.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it goes quick, doesn't it?
Wow.
And like, so it's been 2 weeks more or less since I actually made an episode, and that episode was terrible. I was not happy with that whatsoever because I rambled heaps in it. And even still, I'm only just like, yesterday I started my next episode, and that's meant to be uploaded on Tuesday.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
it's you got to get started early.
you do, and I just started my episode that was hopefully going to be out Tuesday because I missed last Wednesday, so it's hard. You need to be on top of it.
Yeah, I think the sooner you start an episode, and I found this in part, the sooner you start it, the easier it is to finish, because I usually find that first intro is the hardest part.
Definitely. Definitely. It's a matter of actually recording the intro and not procrastinating.
Yeah, because as soon as you start to, like I said, procrastinate and push away from recording is when it becomes harder to actually get going. So as soon as you start, if you get that intro out of the way, the first clip done, and then you can actually start working on your project and you don't have to worry about getting that initial explanation up. That's the hardest thing I find anyway. Is getting going, getting started. But it's tricky to find that, and it's all about balance, isn't it? Balance between playing, balance between recording, and balance between real life.
Yeah, definitely. And lots of times I really struggle to find that balance. Sometimes I play too much Existence, and other times I'm just doing too many other things.
Like playing PUBG.
Maybe a little bit. But it's just hard to find a balance between everything that you do, especially when you have something like Existence and you want to keep a schedule.
Mm.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I record, like, I have episode 8 right now. Episode 9 is ready, and I've just started episode 10, so I go 2 weeks in advance and work over a period of 5 days, and then a 2-day break, and then next episode.
See, you would probably have to be the most pre-planned person on the server, I guess.
Well, he is. He's like, he has so much scheduling stuff. Like, oh man.
Oh man.
Boy, oh.
Like, whenever we do a project together, he has like tons of Google Docs in his notebook, and he has it written down 10 different places. And I mean, it's not a bad thing.
The sort of person I am. I have everything organized.
And see, I would love to do that, and I tried. I didn't try. I kind of started doing that towards the end of last season before we kind of started the development of season 2. And that was what I have, and I still have it now, but it's not as big because I haven't. It's hard to, even thinking of things to do is difficult when you push for time. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just like the motivation, like, can't think of anything because you don't like know when you'll have time. I guess I got quite demotivated for season 2 before we started because I knew I wasn't going to have much time to play on it. And so it's hard to make plans, but what I've done, or did at the end of season 1 and started doing now, is I just think of everything I want to do. Like, actually, if I bring up my list here, a little bit of a sneak peeky. Here, let's go over my season 1 plans. I've still got some on here. So, like, things like I wanted to do like a roller coaster at Extinction Park. I don't know what Cactus TNT game was.
Sounds fun.
I think that
Sounds
was running
dangerous.
around, if you guys remember Noah's old base in the desert.
Oh yeah, I
Season
remember that
1. I remember, why were we blowing things up? Oh, no, I remember it must have been when we opened up the public server as part of the live stream event. Or the 1 year celebrations.
Yeah, and the first thing I did was I went over to my base and blew it up.
I can't remember. I had some idea for an event, not an event, a mini game, but like Nether Roof Ruins, Mega Mine, Auto Smelter. I kind of did
Mega Mine?
landscaping and stuff. I had all these different plans, and it's just ideas, like just running around and think that'll be cool to do. So I just note it down.
Megamind. You mean like the blue big forehead Megamind guy?
Mega Mind. No, Mega Mine. If you think like a big pit mine, and I mentioned this in an episode, I think. And it's
like a quarry from
like
Modded.
a quarry kind of thing, yeah. And so, like, essentially my season 2 plans, at the moment, they're all like Mesa Outpost, Desert Outpost, Spawn Outpost, Nether Hub with ISO,
Outpost.
Custom End Island, Boat Network around town. Oh, I've done that one. Tick. But yeah, so like it's just a matter of, and like with ISO, I mean, I think I've seen a glimpse of your Google Doc. It's just everything's so thorough, and with any Let's Play, depending on what it is, especially Minecraft, where everything's down to your choice, like you do what you want to do. It's just a matter of getting ahead of yourself and planning ahead of what you can do. And for someone like me who's pushed for time, it's easy to just go, oh yeah, I can do that this episode.
Yeah, it's an amazing game just because you can do literally whatever you want, and it makes it so. That's probably why it hasn't been so oversaturated at this point. Is lots of it's the same, but everyone has their own play style, and it can be so different versus like a closed environment game.
And I think there is some aspects of a like natural selection almost. Like if you see some small channels, like they die out, whereas some, like the people who actually are like capable, I guess, or have that skill to what they're actually doing. If you think, what's his name? Royal Colbin?
Yeah, Royal Colbin.
Colbin, yeah. So his channel, from what I've been told, amazing channel by the way, everyone should go check that out. He's an awesome guy. I think he's had some experience in the past making videos, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that makes sense. His videos were very well done, and like his first video was a good video, which is not super common.
Yeah, so essentially his channel, it seems like he knows what he's doing, and he's gone straight into it, and you can already see his channel has grown quite well. I think he's on Lionheart now, isn't he?
He is.
Pretty awesome. Good old Lionheart SMP. But like as an example, he's probably going to continue to grow, whereas some channels who, if I was to, it's an improvement, isn't it? You got to keep improving, because if you go back to my first episode, if I was to keep making videos like that, I would have never made it to where I am now. Existence wouldn't exist.
No, it's the same with my first videos too. You look at them and it's like, was that really the same person? His first videos were so bad.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, I don't. So when Noah first applied to join Existence, I said to him, "Well, could you make a trial video?"
Hey, before we start on this one, let's go back to the topic of really good new channels that are relatively new. let's bring up my old boy Dopey Pear.
Oh, I love Dopey Pear.
Dopey Pear, so I actually found him through a post on Reddit of a build, and I saw he did a time lapse. And the second I saw his time lapse and his commentary on it, I fell in love. Dopey Pear, if you're watching this, I love you, boy.
And he knows it too.
He knows it. Yeah, him and I, even though we don't talk that much, we're friends. We're good friends.
Every time Dopey Pear likes one of Noah's tweets, he like gets in the calls freaking out. He's like, Dopey Pear liked one of my tweets.
So,
Yeah.
and I think that's another good example of people, and it comes back again to what you said about that different style, that away from a typical kind of Let's Play. And I think I'd be safe in saying you get a lot of inspiration from Dopey Pear.
Oh, yes, I do.
So-
I actually, I use the same music as him.
So you would say that, so watching kind of Dopey's video, and even, so when I'm trying to think, he had what, like 30 subs, I think, when you first seen him to us?
He had 15 when I first found
15,
him.
yeah.
And he grew 10 in under a day.
Yeah, and that's...
It's probably all the Existence members.
Actually, no, it was before that. And then I sent him to a 30. And then he's hit 65 in like a week. I think it's at 80 now.
It took me over a year, I think, to hit 50 subs. I never thought it was going to happen, but it just goes to show. And I think when I did like a Q&A or somebody asked me, they said, what's one tip for doing YouTube? And I think the advice I gave was always look for improvements, because there's always going to be something you can do different or better, or a way to differentiate your content from your old content.
Yeah.
My voice is the main differentiation from my
Oh,
own
man.
content.
It is. I watched one of the old collabs we did, and my goodness, I couldn't. It was amazing.
Even back when I first joined our collab, your voice is completely different when I first joined.
And that was like back in November? No, we joined
November.
January.
January.
And again, because like everyone in Existence is kind of, well, not everyone, a majority
chunk
is
of
between
Existence.
that kind of that age where your voice does start to change, especially for guys. It's funny. Like, I am quite fortunate that I started my channel after my voice had deepened, because watching
There's
like
no before and after.
no, thank goodness. I have like some old videos on my computer from, I used to have PSPs, PlayStation Portables.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I used to have a game, I still have the game actually, called Invisibles Shadow Zone. Did any of you know that?
I've never heard of it. I'm too young.
Unfortunately,
Wow,
I
it's
don't.
like Pokemon Go.
Oh.
but
Pokemon Go to
but
the polls?
it's- anyway, so I had a camera on my PSP, and I used to make all these like little short videos, and when I went away and stuff, kind of what I do now, but on a PSP camera. And there's this one clip, and you would not know it was me talking. The voice is so different. And actually, here's a little secret for you. Callan used to do YouTube videos before his channel now. So do you know on Callan's skin?
Yeah.
Well, for those of
The
you who don't
cookie.
know, there is a cookie on the back. And the reason that there is a cookie on his back, because his channel used to be called Captain Cookies. Anyway, and I used to have one of Callan's old videos on my thumb drive. I have no idea what happened to it. He must have deleted it. But I've managed to find it, and oh gosh, it was the funniest thing. He did a series on, I think it was Hexit.
That was the best mod pack
I
ever.
remember
was pretty
Hexa,
cool.
that was. I wish
yeah.
that would come back.
It's just, and it's tricky to to imagine how Callan would have seeing if his channel had stayed the same, if he continued with Captain Cookies, for example, even though he probably wouldn't have. How if you compared his video, his most recent ones, from Existence last season, with if you would have seen those videos, and similar to me and my old videos I used to make on my PSP, the voice difference is so weird, and I'm quite, I guess, thankful that I managed to skip that with my channel. Whereas something like ISO, I don't know about Noah because all your old videos don't exist anymore.
Kyle-
They exist. They're all unlisted.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
Liam's video, what was it called? Why do you sound different or
You
something?
sound different, yeah, something
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
And it's funny, the fact that he acknowledged that made me smile a bit, just that the acknowledgement, because it is something that happens, and it makes me laugh when I go back to old Existence videos, well, old, quote unquote, like a from last year, and just to see like ISO's voice change, especially.
Hello, everyone. ISO here.
So something about our voice changing. Me and ISO had a plan for a build on Existence Season 1, which never happened. We planned it, I want to
Back
say
in February.
February, yeah.
What, last
and
year?
we're like, okay, yeah. And we're
This
like,
year.
okay, we're gonna do it over the summer. We're gonna actually finish the project. We started it. And I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if I used the clip we recorded back in February? We would sound so much younger and our voices are so much different. And we had total plans to do it, and then season 2 happened. But
I think the plans were pretty much guessed when they opened server. We basically planned to make a pixel art of the Existence logo.
Oh, that's
into
right.
a map, yeah.
And was it ISO's video? Or no, it must have been ISO's. You went back there, didn't you?
Yeah, my last episode. You just see the black outline. We started it,
Yeah.
we counted it wrong and gave up.
Because
Yeah,
we had
that's
3 maps
accurate.
built overall, didn't we? We had my one that TC built me.
Yeah,
we
there was
had
the
the duo
Isogravity
one.
69
Oh, right.
and Isogravity 69.
And then there's Duo's map.
Duo's meme-tastic dank map.
Oh, that
Doesn't
was
it have
great.
thug life glasses and a illegal substance?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I still think that duo looks like Rick Astley.
He does, doesn't he?
But yeah, no, and I'll tell you what, coming back to the whole voice changing thing, you wouldn't like, it's hard to, I know not hard to, but I don't remember ISO's voice being like that. Specifically
it's
ISO.
so gradual.
I know, yeah, because I guess we've just always, like, we've been there over the change. It's something you don't notice. And I'll tell you what, for me, being the oldest out of the 4 of us here, I remember when my voice changed, and it was the weirdest thing. I literally woke up one morning and noticed my voice was different. Compared to ISO, who we've seen gradually change. I just woke up and my voice was
Why do you
different.
talk to yourself in the morning?
I didn't talk to myself in the morning. I don't wake up
Probably
and go,
yawning
good
instead of
morning,
like-
Patrick. It's another lovely day in New Zealand. Talk to myself in the third person. So what are you going to do today? Oh, not sure. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do?
Correct work.
Actually, the same thing happened to me. So up until I was about 14, no, okay. So I was in 8th grade. And
For
I
8th grade,
had-
what is that?
Yeah,
That-
I know.
How old were you?
Okay. So I was, 8 plus 5, I was 13 or 14.
Yeah, it sounds about
so I
right.
was I was 14. So here I was. I kept the same voice all throughout that year until the last 5 days. My voice went from like my high pitched voice to a slightly deeper one, and then a slightly deeper one, and then a slightly deeper one, and now I have the voice I had now. It was like a 5-day shift, and it was so weird. Because at that time, I actually recorded YouTube videos because kids at my school found my channel because that's the time I didn't have my
that's the
video
worst thing that
private.
could ever happen.
Well, also I kind of told people.
Oh. See,
Yeah,
I
don't do that.
and like, I know
Yeah.
that Kyle hides his channel.
Yeah, you see,
Yeah.
this is why I changed my Discord name to Kyle. So that way, if I have some friends who use Discord, and I can just change my nickname in the Existence in my YouTube Discord.
See,
it's all good.
I know there are 2 of my friends, I think, that know about my channel. The first one is Jordan, who used to be in my Game Mode 4 videos, if any of you have seen those, back in Public Server 2, in like the first 3, I think. And Nathan, or Optivix, who you may have seen on Twitter. He does a whole bunch of Team Fortress 2 stuff.
Yeah.
But that's about it. Like, and if anyone else found my channel, I'd have to accept it because my channel's grown to the point now I can't just delete it.
Yeah.
But I would be like, no, please. But
Yeah,
also,
I've-
yeah. Go ahead.
I have 2 friends who know about my channel, and it's a similar scenario. That
Mm.
they know, but they know very clearly that they can't tell anyone, or I'll be very mad.
Yeah.
And I think one of them was in a video once. They were like in one K-Craft video and smashing a BlackBerry phone video or something like that.
I think I've seen
I
that
remember
one.
that.
This
Yeah.
isn't the one where you tried to get me to tell you or help you figure out how to nail an iPhone to a tree.
No, that's different.
And I got so like concerned because I thought you were going to smash a nail through the lithium ion battery. which is the last thing you want to do to a lithium-ion battery.
I actually ordered a screwdriver, so I'm going to be able to take it apart and take the battery
Oh, that's
out
right.
and
I told you
continue
you
with my
needed the
plan.
screwdriver. But yeah, anyway, so like I think I've got to the point because I've left school and all that and I'm working. If I had to, I mean, I probably would. I just tell people I play on my computer all day. But I possibly would have to like say, oh, I make YouTube videos. But I think at that point I would probably direct them to my shorts, my film channel.
I just hope they don't look too deep.
And I hope they don't click on the other side that says more McPeach Pies.
Or just, Google McPeach Pies.
But I think, and that was kind of, I guess, one intention. Oh yeah, that's how you found my channel, wasn't it? You Googled McPeach Pies before I announced
tried.
it.
I went to like live sub counter and it's like, there's 2 McPeach Pieses.
And then you're like, this video looks familiar.
Yeah, someone's uploading the exact same videos and it's not you. So I thought.
But yeah, I think when I first made that channel, one of my intentions was kind of because I wanted to, because I still don't know, what I'm going to do with my life. I wanted to have that kind of archive and that singular location of all my short films and kind of filmmaking and all that stuff, because I probably will end up doing something along those lines. And having that separate from all my Minecraft stuff is a lot easier, I think, and it helps me to, I guess, probably be a bit more open about my channel in that sense. Not to say that I'm embarrassed about it, but it's quite a, I guess, I don't know, how would you describe this? Like, it's I don't know, it's a different side of you, isn't it? It's a different side of me. Like,
yeah. I wouldn't want it to be public information that I make Minecraft videos or just gaming videos in general. It's like, I'm a different person when I'm on my computer as I am in the outside world.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the same here. Like, when I'm out in public, I actually am a very nervous, very inward-facing person. It's very hard to believe, but I don't talk to people. I usually just keep by myself, and only when I'm on the computer, I'm outgoing about this kind of stuff. And even then, yeah, outgoing, yeah.
Well, I'm very much the same. Sometimes, like in classes, I won't say a word the entire class to just keep to myself. But on Discord, I'm just like, I like to think I'm kind of outgoing.
Mm.
I'm weird.
Oh yeah, you're really outgoing.
And weird. But yeah, it's always like, and I think because I've been so immersed, like my life has literally become work and YouTube, as soon as I I don't know, it's kind of what you said, yeah, as soon as I get online, like, I become McPeach Pies. Whereas when I go to work, I'm Patrick.
Exactly, yeah.
Does make me sound like I'm schizophrenic and have a whole lot of mental issues, which
think
I
I've ever
probably do. It's still like, I'm a different person, and I've always been like that. I've always, like, even with groups of friends, I mean, I'm not going to sound like a person who has lots of friends, but I did have a couple of different groups of friends at school and stuff, and I would act very differently with every group of friends. Like, almost as if I was not schizophrenic, but different personalities. So, like, with one group, I would be a bit more kind of, I guess, subtle. And with one group of friends, I'd probably be a little bit more crazy. Where we kind of...
Crazy.
I invented this game. What was it called? Oh my gosh, I can't remember what it's called. I have to look it up. We made an official Urban Dictionary post for it.
Oh, wow.
Really?
That's
Yeah,
official.
it got approved. But anyway, it's like, and it's like that with YouTube as well. Being like in real life and then going and recording or hanging out with you guys, it's a lot different. And I guess it's tricky. Like when you watch some of my short films and stuff, it's a lot different, especially the depressing ones. Like Alone on My
depressed
Birthday.
after that birthday one.
Yeah,
That was...
it's a different side, and it's a good way to express myself. I think on my short film channel, it's a good way to show a different side of me compared to making Minecraft videos.
Definitely.
I think we should probably be wrapping things up soon. We are hitting that 45-minute mark, which was kind of our target. Not too long, not too short.
Yeah. We had a list of topics. I don't think we covered them, but
I think we covered
talked
one.
about... Covered
1 out of the 7.
That's a failing grade, guys.
Oh,
My
God.
life right there.
Oh, well, I think, yeah, we might as well wrap things up here then.
Well, it's been lovely talking to you,
It
dearies.
has been.
It has been.
I hope.
Yeah.
I think this turned out quite well. I hope everyone enjoyed our first podcast. More
Yes.
to come in about a
In a
month.
month.
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
About a month, yeah.
and hopefully, I think next time we'll have a bit of a, whether or not it'll be the same people or different people. We do want to hopefully cycle through a lot of these as members, as well as possibly getting some guests on. So if there's any guests you'd like us to have, maybe let us know.
In the Existence fan server, link in the description.
Oh gosh, yeah, and I think we're still kind of working out. So at the moment, this is going to be available on YouTube. We're still trying to work out. We might possibly check the description anyway. Work out an MP3 download.
Yeah, something where you can just listen to it if you don't
Yeah.
have unlimited cellular data,
data
or
or
something.
anything like that instead of anything else. But yeah, so
Data.
feedback is much appreciated. This is our first podcast, and as we've said, things will kind of evolve over time and develop themselves. But yeah, so goodbye from
It's been
me.
fun.
Goodbye from everyone else.
Bye bye.
I suppose so.
Thank you everyone for watching.